How do you recognize ancient species as being human? One of the things you look for is, did they bury the dead? A couple of years ago, I was just introducing a movie for the Princeton Film Society. It's a movie about a guy who gets buried 3 times. And it just got me thinking about the rituals of death and how important they are to us. So it just struck me that it would be very interesting to kind of think about this a little bit in a course. Our assumptions that, we're always very reverent about the dead are tested very much in some of the stuff that you look at. We used a Hitchcock film called The Trouble with Harry, where there's a dead body and sort of everybody sort of gets on with their lives, chatting away, and they kind of bury it and unbury it, and nobody seems to care about the person who's dead at all, and it's funny, but it's a very dark kind of humor. So you seem to be able to swing from one extreme to the other. There's lots of stuff going on in any movie or any play, but the skill of the director or the playwright is to ask you to focus your attention on something in particular.
I have not had a teacher like him that has been so open into letting us into his mind and into how he thinks and how he perceives. We started the course with Antigone. That really spoke to me as a person that grew up in a community where death is very common and burial rites are very important in how we connect with the people that have passed on and how we hold them dear in our hearts. So to have a critical analysis from a professor and from the students in the course on a play that usually I would approach from a creative perspective, all of those creative thoughts were just put to the side for a moment, and we started thinking, okay, let's talk character arc, and let's talk plot, and let's dissect this one sentence, and let's really spend 45 minutes on it, which is something that I don't do very often. And I think any new kind of way that I can approach a play or a film or a piece of work is incredibly intriguing to me.
The joy of teaching is that you're sort of exploring something together. And obviously you as a teacher, it's your job to be the guide, to set out the course, to hopefully have some kind of coherence in terms of what you're doing. But how everything is going to relate together and how it's going to gather some kind of a momentum over 12 weeks is really up to the students. They're very well aware of the world around them. And they bring a lot of that world, I think, to bear on almost anything that you put forward for them.
I'm primarily a director, so as soon as I get the script, I'm going to delve so deep into the language because of what Finton has taught us. If not come into play in the rehearsal room, come into play in my own security as to, I really know this work, not just in a creative aspect, but in a critical and academic aspect.